So I started performing when I was very young in church. I am a singer and a dancer, and I've been involved with various performances such as vocal performances, dance performances, musicals, theater groups, show choir, you name it. I've probably been a part of it somehow. I'm very proud to be a part of Marysville's Performing Arts and Theatrical Department, and because it is such a thriving one. So a lot of people ask me before I go on stage to perform, they say, are you nervous, Gigi? And I usually always tell them, of course I'm nervous. I'm nervous about this, I'm nervous about that, and X, Y, and Z. And they always kind of look at me funny and say, well, why? You've been doing this so many times that you've had all this experience and exposure. Why would you have a reason to be nervous? And I thought about this, and that's what led me to wanting to do this TED Talk. Why do we get nervous, even when we've had all of these experiences? The reason is, we perform all the time and we don't even know it. We perform when we're giving a job interview, when we're taking a test, when we're playing a sports ball game. We often associate singing, dancing, and acting, the three main pillars of performing. That's what I usually like to do, but we perform even when we're ordering at a restaurant. So what happens to us, when we get nervous? Why do we get nervous? And it's often tied to fear. My nerves, they stem from, oh my gosh, I'm gonna forget this lyric, I'm not gonna hit this note. If I'm in the musical, I'm gonna drop this line. If I'm dancing, with my dance group, or if we're in show choir, the people to my left and my right, are they doing the same thing as I am? Are we all kind of after that same central goal? The biggest worry, though, is I'm worried about what you all think of me right now. Because when you're a performer, it's in your nature to sell what you're buying, and you want to give your best performance. So what happens to us internally when we're performing? Well, when we're presented with a stressor, say that my stressor is this TED Talk right now, my mind goes into fight or flight mode. Now, this phrase is often kind of tossed around, but what does it actually mean? Well, we can either fight and get through the stressor, or we can fly away from it and say, you know what, not today, Ted, sorry. But what does that really mean? What happens in our bodies? Well, our hearts get, pounding really fast. We get really sweaty. I know my stomach kind of starts to turn, and I feel those butterflies, and I can't think straight. So what do we do about this? Well, one thing that we can do is be mindful. Now, what does it mean to be mindful? When you're mindful, you are taking what you see right in front of you and absorbing that. So a great way to do this is taking a walk through nature, talking with a friend on the phone. Something that I like to do is listen to a pump-up song that gets me in a good headspace before a performance. Another thing that we can do is breathe. Now, I know what you're thinking. Well, Gigi, we breathe all the time. How is that really going to help me? Well, when you breathe, you are relaxing your body and you're countering what it's already doing, which is revving your nervous system up. So I like to do this exercise called Take 5. Now, I do this with my voice teacher, I do this with my mom, and what it is we breathe in for 5 seconds, we hold for 5 seconds, and then we let out for 5 seconds and do it 5 times. So as long as you remember the 5, you're good. So I want you to do this with me. So we're gonna breathe in for 5, hold for 5, and out for 5. Now, hopefully you feel a little bit better. I know I needed that. So I can't give you the magic wand or potion that's gonna make nerves go away, because they never will. But the reason is it's because we care. If we didn't care, why would there be a reason for doing it? I can't think of anything that I've done where I was nervous and I didn't care about what proceeded afterwards. When you feel that little butterfly in your stomach, you think to yourself, well, wow, I'm nervous, but because I'm nervous, I'm innately going to do better and put my best foot forward. Amy Poehler, a great comedian, she has been involved with movies, TV shows, and done plenty of live comedic performances. She has a quote, and it goes like this: "Being nervous is great. How often do we get nervous on a daily basis? Being slightly nervous means that you care, you're alive, and you're taking some kind of risk." So take it from Amy, use those nerves as excitement, because they really mean that you care. Thank you. It's everything I am and what I'm not and all I'm trying to be. This is the part where I spit it all out and you decide what you think of me. Not trying to be complicated, I'm never waiting to get the last laugh. But I've been handing out benefits of the doubt, and I'd like a little bit back. It's just a little voice, and if you're listening, sometimes a little voice can say the biggest things. It's just my little voice that I've been missing. Precious moments, it hurts, don't it? They can cut both ways. No amount